Evening, everybody. Thank you for joining in and being part of this evening. This is Rahul Soni on behalf of TCSI, and I welcome you all to the webinar on Guardians of the Web, your role in cybersecurity. For those who are joining us for the first time, let me tell you briefly that what a webinar is. TCSI and Jobinars is a program we have started last year to reach out to you all and to be able to talk to you about what's happening in the industry and in the job world. Why have we named it as Jobinar? It's of course webinars with an intent to make you understand the job opportunities in various career streams. Every second and fourth Thursday of the month, we hold such webinars, and we hope we will be able to add value to you in your search for a bright and rewarding career. In today's session, we will explore how cybersecurity is a crucial skill for every industry and how anyone, whether coming from a technical background or not, can build a successful career in this field. With the rise of cyber threats, organizations across all sectors are urgently seeking skilled professionals to protect their data, networks, and systems. But the good news is that you don't need a degree in computer science basically to get started. Cybersecurity is an inclusive field that welcomes people from various backgrounds. With the right tools, training, and mindset, you can easily break into this high demand industry. Whether you want to land a rewarding job, secure your future in growing field, or simply gain valuable skills, cybersecurity offers endless opportunities for everyone. So it's best to gain a deeper understanding of the topic from the expert itself. Hence, we have invited esteemed speaker today, Mr. Srinivasa Ramanujam sir. So before I welcome him, let me introduce. He has 29 plus years of industry experience. Initially, he has worked with ECIL Hyderabad for 2 years. After that, he is working with Tata Consultancy Services since 1996, and the journey is still going on from the last 28 plus years. During his overall tenure, he worked on technologies like PLSQL, COBOL, Unix-based Oracle, Signal, and Microsoft tools. His expertise and experience includes working in diverse industries like banking, telecom, energy and utilities, insurance, HR, cloud, and cybersecurity. He is also Board of Studies and Academic Council member from industry for few of the autonomous and deemed universities in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and Maharashtra. His passion is to connect with academia to bridge the gap by sharing the interest industry required skills. So, would like to welcome you, sir, to this podium.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you so much, and good evening to everybody.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, sir, for coming in the session. So, Srini sir, with IT being so common nowadays across industries, the security of IT systems has become so important, and hence cybersecurity as a domain is spreading across industries. So, I'm
Right.
sure it would have had a huge impact on the way the job market is evolving in this domain. So I
Correct.
want to ask you, how do you see the future of cybersecurity as a career for young students here?
Great. Actually, see, the career for young students in cybersecurity is extremely promising, no, Rahul. Today, you take any domain-specific organizations, be IT, healthcare, banking, to start with, even startups or government sectors. Everybody need to safeguard their, systems and data. So to protect their existing systems and data, they are in need of dear need of cybersecurity skilled people. And believe me, there are millions of unfulfilled cybersecurity jobs across worldwide. So the gap is extremely growing. If you ask me, the number of requirements are a demand versus the supply with the skilled people in cybersecurity is no way comparison. I would say the demand is terribly high, and the number of people available across the globe worldwide is reasonably, anybody. So the job opportunities are extremely high. It is very, very promising, the cybersecurity, the kind of roles to safeguard the systems and data, be it be security analyst kind of roles and etc. Probably which we will talk about in a little later. But to straight to the question, the response is extremely promising, and huge amount of requirements will be there, not only just now and next year. it will be there, for next definitely a decade, I would say.
Rightly said, sir. So in IT sector, we can see the opportunities in healthcare and banking sector as well, and
Right.
it has a immense opportunities lie here. So, this brings me to ask you the second question. What are the fundamental components of cybersecurity and how do they collectively safeguard IT systems?
Yeah, great. See, understanding these fundamental components of cybersecurity is something very, very key to grasp, how IT systems are protected, as a whole. So if you look at, think of a cybersecurity as a layered defense system, each layer, it will address a specific risk or vulnerability. So be it be confidentiality or integrity or their availability of the systems to safeguard, these are the predominantly, the different concepts, components, which are in need, specific to cybersecurity. Uh, Maybe if you take different sectors, government or IT or any domain where people look at, to policymakers and, taking care of their tools of cybersecurity to support these policy systems and the principles, etc. Be it be from a network perspective or data privacy perspective or firewall perspective. So there are, extremely huge amount of IT systems are need to be protected, right, across the globe. Today, if you look at any industry, everybody is almost an IT enabled, right? So that's
Right.
where this is one of the key component, if you ask me. Uh, Anybody and everybody who's connected, even if you look at our smartphone, yes, we need to take care of that also. Otherwise, it will have different, threats, and we need to take care, we need to protect. So in every area, every aspect, these are all need to be taken care with sizable amount of support system.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful breakdown of cybersecurity. As you have highlighted, cybersecurity is a multifaceted field, and its
Absolutely.
components are crucial for creating the robust defense against cyber threats.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, to understand more about the roles, I would like to ask you, what are the various roles in cybersecurity domain, and what skills are needed to work in these roles?
Okay. See, at a high level, from a cybersecurity as a domain, there are wide variety of roles are, in need, ranging from a technical to strategic, offensive to defensive, and each and every role focus on different aspect of protecting the system, networks, and data. So if you look at some kind of a breakdown of a different category of roles and skill needed, it will be like, some kind of roles like security analyst, pen testers, okay, and security engineers, and forensic analyst, and threat intelligent analyst, and so on. These are the governance and risk and compliance. Maybe if you look at some kind of a government sector industry where, GRC is one of the, big area, and very, very heavily, if you look at, maybe from a different skill tower level, maybe 8 to 9 categories if you look at. So IAM is one of the key area where the demand is reasonably high, identity and access management, because security is something very, very important. Now IAM is one of the important area where good amount of skill sets. So as if you look at the the slide, it talks about, the left top, if you look at, ethical hacker and pen tester, this is something very, very important. That is where, you need to have some level of understanding on how we can safeguard, using any internet enabled systems, be it be AI enabled, IoT, and so on. Now, how we can able to safeguard our systems by having a knowledge of or understanding of ethical, hacking phases. And another area is the privacy officers, as I was telling about, IAM, identity and access management. So whether I have a right set of an access to safeguard the system, and I am the right authorized person to safeguard the system. So from a privacy officer's perspective, any industry sector you look at, these are the key areas, where some cyber fundamentals knowledge is required. How, if some hackers trying to poach our data, how I can keep it as an encrypted, even if they steal my data, being an encrypted, they cannot, do anything wrong. So that is where piracy operation officers with a different category of skill set. So if you look at another category is called SOC analyst, which is something really, really important, how operational centers of security will be taken care by, understanding the different set of category of tools available, and how we make sure that our network systems are, reasonably and foolproof, safe and secure. And of course, a forensic specialist, predominantly in different industry, particularly banking or government sectors. These are the very key skill sets, required, in the cybersecurity space. Security auditor, these are one of the very, very important skill set. Probably over a period of, experience with 4 years and above, who can get into this kind of a role where, who can audit whether the existing systems, without wasting the time until the threat to do happen, to be in a reactive mode, how we can, keep our systems proactively foolproof, and ensure that, with the auditing policies and guidelines, how we can safeguard, be it be a bigger or a medium size or a small organization. Very, very important to safeguard their systems and data, everything. And of course, the management and career growth perspective, people are looking at policy makers, and like CISOs and CIOs, etc. These are all the areas, another category. Over a period of maybe around 8 years and above experience in this particular space, people wish to move into some level of management space, and this is another, roadmap, I would say. These are the different category of skill sets and career path available today, in cybersecurity space.
You already told about that, how we can keep our systems foolproof. This is an important
Yeah,
line, and we can't imagine our life without internet connectivity and all. So
absolutely,
the audience and everybody can think of and imagine how cybersecurity plays an important role in every field. So thanks,
absolutely,
sir, for explaining the roles in detail. And while you were answering this question, you debunked the myth as well that specific technology skills are required to learn a cybersecurity skills. So audience, I think it's pretty much clear that to learn cybersecurity skills, no specific technology skills are required. Just you should have the interest and the analytical mindset is enough to enter in this field. I can see a very interesting
absolutely.
question, sir, here. Actually,
Yeah.
somebody should take name. Fanindra is asking, how did you get your first job in cybersecurity?
Okay, that's really great. See, TCS is an organization where, we do have a policy to encourage people to play a diversified roles. Now, if you look at, my journey in TCS, where I started with the banking organization, and then I moved to energy and utilities customer in United Kingdom. Then I worked for a telecom customer in North America, and then insurance customers in Europe and UK. And completely I moved to HR space. So same way, as part of the job rotation or diversified roles to play, when I get a challenge to, see that opportunity, that's how, I moved from one of the cloud business unit to cybersecurity. Because unless otherwise we continuously learn something new, we may become obsolete, we'll be outdated. So that is another area where, our organization always have a mandate to learn on a regular basis every year, at least, 8 to 12 days in a span of 12 months. So that's how I was able to learn the importance of it, and that made me to create a lot of curiosity. And luckily there was an opportunity, at the point of time when I moved in. So that's how I moved into that.
That's really interesting, sir. Thank you for sharing your
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
So
correct.
let's move to the next question. It's related to non-IT field students basically. Sir, can students from non-technical background pursue a career in cybersecurity? If yes, what are the non-IT roles in cybersecurity and how will be their career trajectory?
Right. See, definitely, absolutely, yes. Even non-technical background students also can, build the career in cybersecurity. In fact, many areas of cybersecurity, it will benefit from both non-technical perspectives also. As I was briefing in the beginning also that, if you take law or psychology or business, communications or policy or even in education sector, all intersect with cybersecurity. If you look at, some level of, drill down where, different backgrounds, how they can transition and thrive, in this area. So if you take, let's say, psychology, sociology, or behavioral science, so there are different kind of careers, in social engineering, defense, human factors in security, cyber psychology. So these are the different kind of roles are there. And, if you take why it is valuable, and of course, yeah, hackers, often exploit the people, not only just the systems, right? Suddenly, sometimes the hackers use AI, enabled algorithms to write and throw some, emails as a spam mail. So myself, not only me as an individual, even my systems, my data is going to be, getting hacked. So how, from a behavioral perspective, I need to be very attentive, right? If you take law and political science, public policies, so career, is go like, cyber law, privacy officers, and governance and risk and compliances area. These are the, different categories where it is definitely required. So in a nutshell, now if you look at, as long as you have a zeal to learn, the fundamental concepts of cyber security, and you have logical thinking to understand the systems, how to safeguard, I think that's absolutely fairly enough. You don't need to have an IT background. Every domain specific, as I mentioned, there is a huge amount of need of cybersecurity knowledgeable people. So the moment you gain the knowledge, the moment you claim that, you are one of the certified, maybe in some of the, authorized programs, and then, definitely you are the ones who are in need of industry. And you don't need any uh, classroom qualified degree as such. So the knowledge with some authorized people certifying that you are good at particular area, and you are the ones, who are going to meet the demand of every industry is looking for today.
Thank you, sir, for deeply covering the roles for non-tech background candidates as well. What are the common challenges faced when starting a career in cybersecurity and how they can overcome that?
Yeah. See, people have their own perceptions, that, one, I may have a qualified degree, but why I'm not being, treated in a better way with my qualification, with my knowledge. And sometimes people don't like to learn the industry needs. Example, if I am a certified person, in one particular category area, but the demand is there in some other area at that point of time. So that is where people willing to not to switch between. So that is the kind of a positive attitude, something which you need to open up and willing to uh, 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 being a positive attitude, willing to learn the new things to go move forward as per the demand that point of time. And that is where sometimes, we do have a challenge. If I'm a SOC analyst, I don't like to go into something else area. I don't want to grow in the security auditor space. I wish to continue to be in a SOC or maybe a SailPoint or CyberArk tool expert. I want to continue to grow only in that space. But there is a huge amount of, as I told, if you take one skill tower, maybe as a GRC, governance, risk, and compliance, underneath there are good amount of skills and technologies and modules are there. Same way if you take IAM, same way you take vulnerability management. So there are each and every area good amount of demand is there for majority of the industry. Particularly we come from a service industry, IT service industry, work with all across the top Fortune worldwide customers across the globe. So the demand vary from, maybe 1 to 9, all categories, all towers, the demand will be very high. So sometimes our challenge is when we ask to learn in a technology 2, you may be expert in technology 1. People, should come forward, positively to learn and deliver. That is one of the key aspects, you need to look forward with your, positive attitude. I think that is what, every industry is looking for.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir, for explaining this. I appreciate how you highlighted not just the technical hurdles, but also the
Yes, yes.
importance of continuous learning. So I
Correct,
guess
correct.
I have a surprise for you, which is related to a very interesting course offered by IIT Roper and TCSI. But I will reveal after covering some more questions as well from the audience.
Right.
So
Technical, knowledgeable person, it always have a better edge, no doubt on that. And today, even without any a structured graduate programs, people are able to learn Python kind of a languages, without much hurdle. You go to any of the social media, channels or any other certificate course program, you can able to learn. Even today, people are able to learn, from some of the portals like NPTEL, Coursera, etc. And majority of the premier institutes also offering, such program. So Python, I cannot say it is a prerequisite, but it will help you if you have that skills.
So
Yeah.
there's a question from Mandeep, sir. What are the major in-demand certifications in cybersecurity?
See, it is lot of certifications if you look at it. And as I told, maybe certification details I don't want to get into. I leave it to the audience, but I'll give a scenario. Maybe if I take in a quarter, if my requirements, or the demand in a quarter of 3 months timeline, I'm just taking as an example 1,000. Okay, if 1,000 people demand is there in 3 months timeline, okay, 1/3 of the requirements are there in IAM area. So in IAM, you can take so many different tools and certifications, right? And remaining 2/3 will vary for all other, 7 or 8 categories, right? So you may look at, probably, firewall expert certifications or SOC or GRC, forensic, pen testing. So different are there. So so that is where, it is up to the individual which direction they wish to move into. I want to be a SOC analyst. I want to be in IAM, one of the tool expert. All right. It is based on their, choice. The demands are, keep growing, and the supply is reasonably less. Maybe as I was giving an example, 1,000 in a quarter, probably around 50 to 60% only we may fulfill if we are lucky enough. So that's the, I'm just trying to not to generalize. As an example, I'm trying to give a scenario.
yeah. So let's move to the next question. So, sir, building a career in cybersecurity requires continuous learning. So, how can students gain practical experience in cybersecurity while still studying?
Right. See, today, majority of the industries are having some kind of a collaborations with the institutes and universities, right? Where the industry experts also going and spending time to go through their curriculum and giving the industry perspective of what they learn. And some of the institute and industry collaboration, some lab setting up also is happening in some of the industry. So they are able to not only study the cybersecurity concepts as a beginner, slowly they are growing as intermediate or advanced also before they're passing out. And that is what industry is also looking forward to capture and tap and identify the right talent and onboard them, because the demand is really huge versus supply is reasonably less. So that is one of the model I could think of. And at the same time, maybe there are some of the universities, IITs and few other premier institutes are offering different programs where you can register, use their infrastructure and lab to gain some hands-on. Hands-on is something very, very important. Now, these are the category of programs will help you not only just knowing the information, you are getting, experiencing the programs and the skills and tools, etc. So that will help you, to crack the test or interview, in a mass crowd, a hiring model when the industry come forward.
Yeah, sure. So thanks a lot. I think, yeah, you rightly said industry is looking forward for right talents. So
Yes,
keep working and keep the zeal to learn
yes,
while
absolutely.
working.
Yeah, yeah.
So, students, hope you have noted down the important points which Srini sir has already mentioned while asking all the questions. So now I would like to talk to you about an important opportunity that is TCSI and IIT Roper certificate program. So hope my audio video team has shared the screen. Okay, let me check. Yeah, it's up. So as a part of our commitment to bringing you the best career opportunities, we are thrilled to present an exceptional program launched in collaboration with the prestigious IIT Roper and TCSI. This program is designed to help you break into the rapidly growing cybersecurity field, regardless of your background, whether you are a fresh graduate or someone looking to switch careers. This course is tailor-made for you. IIT Roper's collaboration with TCS IN brings forward a cutting-edge program designed to make cybersecurity learning practical, accessible, and industry-oriented. This program focuses on hands-on learning, industry case studies, and real-time insights. It allows you to specialize in areas like network security, vulnerability management, malware analysis, cryptography, and cyber forensics. We understand how important it is for you to secure a job in this competitive landscape. By enrolling in this program, you are not just gaining knowledge, but you are positioning yourself for success in one of the most sought after fields today. So this is your opportunity to learn from the best and take your career to new heights. So hope you have noted down the important points from the slide. Already mentioned here, we will give you hands-on expertise, potential job roles. Srini sir has already covered the major ones in his slides. I think you can see the links in the chat box as well. Directly click on the link and access the course or register for the course. Okay, some more information. Can we go to next slide? Yeah. So you can directly scan the QR code given here if you are facing any problem in clicking on the link. First will start by 4th of June and last date of registration for this course is 21st May. So please note down audience. And if in case if you face any issue while registering for this course, directly write to info.tcsinhub@tcs.com. I have given the overview of the course as well in collaboration with IIT Roper. So I want to understand how this course and why would you recommend these certification to students like I have explained right now, and how do they help in professional growth? Also, how can students make the most of this certification to grow and succeed in their cybersecurity careers? Over to you, sir.
Yeah, definitely. See, I think, this kind of programs were not there, maybe some time back when we were looking forward for a career in cybersecurity and we were really struggling actually. So the current generation is really, really fortunate, I feel, having this kind of certification program. And that too, industry and the premier institute collaboration, it will help, maximum extent where a combination of highly talented, competent premier institute professional faculty, along with industry people with their relevance of day-to-day, case studies will be taught in this kind of a certification program. It will help not only knowing about cybersecurity knowledge, the regular hands-on will happen, and also a lot of roadmap creation and networking will help them to build their career, maybe in a great manner. So me as a student still pursuing my, graduate or master's degree program, or even I look at, some of our TCS colleagues also probably who wish to pursue their career in cybersecurity, probably if they are in Java, Python, or networking, or even in any other application support area, who want to move from non-cyber to a cyber area, no matter whatever the qualification they carry. Even for that people also, it will definitely help. And this is what is going to give a huge differentiation. Even if a normal a fresher, when we hire as an organization, the person who come on board as a young trainee, we need to put good amount of effort of per student, easily around you know uh, 6 to 8 weeks of our effort to train them to meet our customer expectations and the knowledge level as what we look forward. Whereas this kind of a certificate programs, where from the beginning they are going to learn from the premier faculty, along with industry experts, what exactly industry is expecting with this course, both from a technology perspective, my behavioral aspects perspective, how I need to create my career roadmap. It will help me maybe within that 1 year, without disturbing my current program or without my current job, whatever I'm doing. So definitely it will help, what I strongly believe.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for throwing light on the course details.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much clear. You rightly mentioned about the course, the demands, and the how it will cover all cybersecurity roles. So thanks for that, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I think I can see many questions in the chat box. Let's start with the Q&A session. And I
Right.
want to start with a question from Rakesh. So he's asking about the concepts. He's asking about the concepts which we should take care while learning cybersecurity. What are the main concepts to learn for freshers, basically, who want to jump in this field?
No, fresher, basic concepts, what exactly you need to learn is, predominantly you need to have a good logical thinking, analytical ability, along with, definitely somebody was referring that is it Python is really essential. I mean, it may not be a prerequisite. You can, spare some time, to learn, work on it. But fundamental concept predominantly in any of the tower. If my aspiration to go into a SOC analyst or IAM, understand overall, what exactly this IAM, all about at a high level, and then what are the different technologies and tools available, what exactly they do. So such fundamental concepts and roadmap of different tools, if you learn, and slowly that will help you to trigger to pursue some level of certification also in that. It will help you to go more in deeper into that area. So as per your interest, your choice, you need to look at. There are 7, 8 different areas where vulnerability or firewall, threat detection, and so on. So that's how it will look at. If you ask me, cybersecurity is a very, very vast area. As I told, the demand versus supply, we're struggling to fulfill across the globe, right? So any area, I mean, if you take any two of the different skill tower areas, to become expert, and I think that will help you both, let's say IAM and GRC, and you are one of the high demanding person, in deep dive into that, maybe with 1 or 2 certificates. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for explaining so deeply and with perfect example.
Yeah.
Dhanush is asking what programming languages are required specifically for cybersecurity.
No, that's not, as I told, in sometimes, you are going to be maybe an auditor, right? Over a period of time, then there is no need of any programming language you need to know. Suppose in case if firewall area, endpoint security or cloud security, application security area, you don't need to do any direct, programming as such. But knowing some of these programming languages, it will help you to customize the code, how it is running. Maybe when you move from one customer, let's say banking to telecom, or telecom to retail, then it will help you, those areas. But otherwise, yeah, any programming language, knowing it will improve your analytical, ability. The logic, you can build by knowing the problem statements. how I can able to modify the existing code that will help you. So knowing one or two programming languages, if you ask me, learning something new is not at all difficult.
Hmm. Correct, correct.
Yeah.
So Swapnil is asking, sir, what is the role of AI and ML in cybersecurity and how it is important in this field?
Yeah, see, AI ML is one other area today. Everybody is buzzword talking about. All right, so artificial intelligence and machine learning area also, it is again people look at human intervention may be not required, but see, majority of the hackers are using these AI ML algorithms. They're able to generate some level of spam mails and spreading across to damage the systems or damage the database of various category of industries or people, right? So how we can able to proactively keep our systems and data safe and secure, now we need to come with that. So knowing this knowledge of AI/ML and and merge, the evolutioning of the cybersecurity, it's always good to knowing about. So these are all two different technology categories, but still they're all interlinked. If you ask me, Internet of Things or cloud computing, right? Be it be Amazon or Google or any of the cloud, any of these areas are interlinked through internet. If you are interlinked, you are prone to hacked by anybody, your systems. So to avoid that, cybersecurity is something, one of the safeguarding, to take care of our avoiding the threats and any vulnerabilities are there, how we can save them and our data, phishing mails, how we can avoid, what kind of precautions we need to take. So such a kind of an algorithms well in advance we can suggest to take care, using cybersecurity and AIML, be it be normal AI or generative AI, that will help in a big way majority of the organizations, be it be small size, medium or large organization. That's where today, if you look at any of the big IT organizations are having sizable amount of budget to upskill their employees in both generative AI, ML, and cyber area, to take care of their systems, their end users, and their customers, and their client data, etc.
Sir, I would like to ask you for your closing remarks, basically.
Encourage all the audience, whoever can definitely register. It will help this particular TCS Ion and IIT Roper program. The reason is, as I initially mentioned, the demand is extremely high, number one. Number two, even people uh, with non-cyber background, the way they are earning the money versus this, so there's a huge amount of difference is there. So from your career progression along with great quality of life to lead, also it will help, number two. And also you get an opportunity to work across the globe, worldwide fortune customers, be it be a government sector or any domain you name. So that is another great initiative this particular program do carry. So I strongly recommend, and you are going to be part of the industry demand fulfillment, what they are experiencing today across industry. I'm talking not only from our industry or our IT segment perspective. Majority of the industries are struggling, and this is one of the great program where within 11 12 months, you are going to gain good amount of knowledge hands on, at the same time certification from a premier institute. So definitely it'll help you going for your great career. You may be working, you may be studying, whatever the qualification you carry, but it'll definitely help, being a premier institute alumni category with industry derived program, your career is going to be great. So I strongly recommend. And as I told, demand is extremely high. The career progression is going to be, our career demand in this area, it is going to continue to be there, maybe next 5-10 years in this area, or I would say It is continuous because we are all going to be completely internet driven. So unless otherwise we are taken care the safety and security, there's no other go. So that is where this is something inevitable, I would say. So this is
Yeah.
the very evolving area, and no matter whatever the qualification you come from, no matter either you are a technology background or non-technology background, every industry, every government sector, every domain, people are looking for such people, and you are going to help the various industries who are looking for the career, in this cybersecurity area. It will help you in a big way. So I look forward majority people to register and be part of the growth of this country, I would say, in the cybersecurity area, and safeguard our systems.
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Yeah,
Hope that because we have a mixed kind of audience here, non-IT and IT as well. So
correct.
surely get an idea of this field. I would like to thank you, our speaker, Srinivasa sir, for sharing your expertise, insights, and valuable knowledge. The
Anytime.
time and
Yeah, yeah.
effort you
My
put
pleasure. Thank you. My pleasure.
into such an engaging session. And to our lovely audience, thank you for joining us today and being part of this important conversation. Your questions, engagement, and attention contributed to making this event a success. We hope you found the session valuable and gained useful takeaways to enhance your cybersecurity practices. Thank you once again. Thank you, Srinivasa sir.
Thank you. Thanks, Rahul. Thanks, everyone.